NewLanta audience? We are here with Hero the band. I'm so excited for this interview. You guys' music is dope and your style is even doper. So you guys say what's up to our NewLanta audience.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Okay, so of course we're gonna start with our icebreaker. This is so we can get to know you guys a little bit. So go ahead, you can pick a bandana.
Oh man, we're starting early. Alright.
You gotta go.
I got my favorite color, blue.
We know.
Okay.
Sweet.
Ladies Justin.
I washed them just for you guys also.
Oh, well,
so, you know, like
no
downy, you know.
Let's take this off here.
Smells
Tell
great.
us what you're doing.
Okay, so
Smells
Tell
great.
us what you're doing.
okay, so
Tell us what you're doing. Okay, so
with the icebreaker, this is the Who Is Challenge. We're going to pretty much run down a list of who is, you know, the smartest or who is the sweetest, and they're going to point to which sibling matches that who is.
No peeking, guys. No peeking.
peeking, and no getting offended if you do peek because somebody said that you were, you know.
Yeah, because you shouldn't have been peeking.
All right, we got it.
Yep.
Hold on, we gotta wait for, you know, stylist in the back.
Oh,
I feel like
got a
yours
double knotted.
is cheating though.
I play for the Astros, so I don't
Yeah.
usually play first. Alright, hold on. Let me start this.
Don't do this.
Here we go. I have to join you. Alright.
I think we wear so much jewelry we're gonna know who's pointing at who.
Nah.
Clink, 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 clink. Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Do you guys remember where you guys are sitting now?
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Who is the best singer? I just want you guys all to know you pointed to yourself.
I didn't point to myself.
You did it. You did it. You were honest. Okay. Who is the best dancer? Okay. Okay. Like, come on, check that. All right. Who's the kindest?
I don't know.
Decided. You got one that's deciding.
The kindest.
He's like, it's me. It's me. Okay.
I thought I could go for me all day. You know?
Gotcha. Who's the shyest?
It depends on the time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with this.
I'm picking mine.
Yeah,
I gotta
I'm
go.
picking mine.
Wait, what? You can't pick him on behind you because no, he's not shy. The way he rolled in here. Are you sure you pointed to the right brother?
If only you knew.
Okay.
I'm not shy, bro. I'm not shy.
All right, this one's a good one. Who has the best style? I'm good.
I need to find
Right.
style. I don't know, but whatever.
Whatever his definition is. All right, who's most athletic?
That's tough, but
Yeah, that is tough.
We all know. We all know what
I
it
believe
is.
it depends on that one. I believe.
We all
I feel
know what
like
it
I feel
is.
like the two. You guys are voting back there.
I can't say.
We all know who it is.
Dude, I could beat you in a race.
All right. Who's like? Well, you guys are already married. So.
No. One of us are.
One is married. Okay.
Yeah.
So who's likely to get married second then? Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, he knows it himself. Okay. Who's likely to crowd surf?
Oh, we'll see. But I'm on drums, so I don't count good.
so both.
You can totally get off the drums and like.
I've done it before.
Okay.
I've done
very
it
nice.
before.
Okay. Who's likely to break an instrument on stage?
That should be quick.
Oh, that would be nice. What you see? I feel like we need to ask about that. Okay. Who's likely to create their own anime based on their real life?
Question one more time.
Who's likely to create their own anime based on their real life? Oh, okay, you guys have any names. All right, and who's the craziest? Are you guys all crazy?
No.
Everybody's crazy.
Okay.
No, wait.
It's a different kind of
Kind of
crazy.
crazy. Are we talking like psycho home crazy?
It's a different kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Levels
you gotta
to
be
it.
specific with that one.
What are the levels to craziness?
Well, you know what? I'm changing my vote.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like you guys kind of had a collective agreement. Okay, that's it. You guys can take your blindfolds off.
Nice. That was
Nice.
That's gonna be fun watching later.
So we are going to get to know Hero the band. This is definitely one of my favorite parts because we get to get really deep in depth with your life.
Nice.
So how did you guys find out that you were musically talented? Like when was the first
Early.
Since we can talk.
Yes, we can talk, honestly.
I say I remember at like 3 age 3.
Okay, what were you doing at age 3?
In church.
Okay.
Making them, they made us sing.
Yeah, singing in the back of
But we
the
liked
wagon.
singing. We liked singing. It wasn't never like.
Yeah, they didn't make us sing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like,
Like, I mean, obviously we grew up in a, well, I mean, obviously not, you don't know.
Right.
But we grew up in a church with our great-grandfather. He started a church called Linwood Park. It's still up till today. And our great-aunt played the organ. Our other cousin on the other side of the church played the keyboard. Our
Drums.
other cousin played the drums,
Choir
the guitar.
singing.
Choir singing, mom and dad in the choir,
Uncles.
cousins, uncles and aunties, whatever. The whole church is musical. Our whole family's musical.
Okay.
So, you know, obviously what a child sees at a young age, you know, that's kind of what they kind of
I got that too.
become, yeah, and start pulling that.
If we
type
saw
of
our
energy.
family drinking and smoking at that age, I guess we probably like, yeah, we're gonna do
We do
drugs.
that as well.
but music was our thing, and it just was a natural thing, you know, a natural calling. So mom and dad always played music in the house or in the car, and then like they'll start singing, and we just 4-part harmony, like super natural, you know, and like we didn't think it was a big deal. We thought everybody was like, this is what the family do, is what we do. And then everybody in our family was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. The boys are harmonizing. So that's kind of like how it kind of started. Yeah.
So you guys all sing,
Yeah, everybody sings.
and then do you guys all play an instrument?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody plays an instrument.
Multiple
Everybody plays an
instruments.
instrument in the band. Yeah, I was about to say everybody plays multiple instruments as well.
Nice. Now you mentioned doing R&B.
Yeah.
That's where you guys started.
Yes.
Just singing R&B. And
Roots.
okay, who I guess was like your inspirational R&B artist at the time?
Boys to Men, Jagged Edge, Drew Hill. I love Jamie
Michael
Foxx.
Jackson. Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
I love
I
Jamie
just
Foxx.
can't get around.
Have you ever listened to Jamie Foxx
And
music?
that was like later.
Like a little bit.
Go
but-
listen to it.
That was like later back in high school, but
But
you
I'm
know,
just
the early
saying,
people now, but he's really.
I did like
really
it.
good.
I love
Really
Jamie
good.
Foxx.
I mean, I listen to his mainstream stuff. I'll say that.
He has a great album.
He got some good stuff.
Okay.
Usher.
Okay.
You
Shame
got
on you.
Usher,
T-Pain.
Hey.
112.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on.
I'm about to
You
say
can
Temptations,
R&B,
I mean, even
yeah.
old school.
Yeah,
Temptations, Al Green.
Temptations, yeah, all that good stuff.
So then what made you guys kind of transfer into rock?
When we got older, and I think I was like 21 or something like that, one of our friends that writes for a lot of people in the industry came by the house teasing us because we made like this rock ballad and put it on YouTube, and it kind of blew up in Decatur. And he was like, "Oh, y'all famous now, like y'all might be big." And he was like, but on a serious note, he was like, "Man, you guys remind me of this band that called Queen." And I was like, "Who's Queen?" And he just flipped out. He's like, "What? You don't know who Queen is?" And he showed me on YouTube, and literally, if you seen the movie, when they were at Live Aid and they were performing at one of Freddie's last performances, it brought me back to our living room when he showed me on his phone. And literally, I think we kind of like clean slated from all our R&B tracks. It was like, we're gonna be a full-fledged band. Like we were already into the Beatles and stuff like that, but we weren't really transitioning completely into a rock band until I think around that time. Like,
So do you guys incorporate some of the R&B into the rock and?
I mean, we make music.
Environments.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, it's kind of tough. I mean, if you hear the music, you understand. Because it's just like, we don't really, how are we feeling that day? That's what we do for the most part. We just make music.
So you guys are all blood brothers.
Yes, not just brothers.
Not right, which we learned.
Brothers.
So how is that dynamic? Because sometimes you can be in a group, and if you don't like somebody, it's like it doesn't matter because.
Off with his head. It's the same with us. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, it's I always say it's a cheat code for us. Being that we all are a year apart, so we kind of think the same, we kind of act the same, but still have our own personalities. And obviously, we went from little cubs to now lions now, so everybody's hungry and really aggressive, you know what I mean? And everybody had their own opinion, everybody's strong about their own opinion and thoughts and views, but we all are super respectful and know that, it is a band, so it's not just one person band, it's 4 people band. So, you gotta learn how to compromise, I hate to compromise, but I know in the band, I have to compromise because it's not just my band. So it's easy. I mean, in your relationship, you got your ups and downs, you're gonna argue, you're gonna have some things, words are said or whatever like that, but then like for us, our mom, dad always say like, get over it, that's still your brother, that's still your family, forgive and forget and move forward. So, and it's never that bad to that degree, you know what I mean? Like it's, it's beautiful,
yeah, I was
so
about to say,
awesome.
it's a
cheat
dream
code.
to like actually be able to not only just be in a band with your brothers, but also do it professionally and do business with each other. Like I don't have to look over my shoulder and be like, oh, is he doing some side dealings with somebody.
You never know.
And-
You never know.
He speaks about the Astros, so I kind of feel like.
Yeah, so it just, I think, you know, I don't have to be in a room all the time knowing what's going on. I know they'll give me the real, like, whenever we do get on the phone or we talking from a distance, you know what I'm saying? Like, so feels good to be able to do that.
So, what other advice would you give bands that aren't related? Like, what is the cheat code, pretty much?
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest, be upfront with each other, trust one another, and all that other stuff don't matter. Because, I mean, everybody, like we always say, everybody has an ego. It's just how much you know how to channel it or control it. Because everybody has an ego. Every single person on this planet has an ego. But you just got to know when to take a step back. Like I said, working as a team or working as a group, point blank period, you're not going to win everything. So you just got to understand that. And when you go into it with that mindset, you'll be fine.
And I always say,
the real cheat code is to have fun.
yeah, that's
That's
for
number
sure.
one. If not having fun, then you're not really, it's not like you're gonna go too far.
Yeah,
So, what's your first break into music? What was one of your biggest songs, or maybe something you posted on YouTube that just.
Roses was like our first like main, our first
we received public
national
attention.
success. Yeah.
We received a lot of public attention from that on social media and just in public, like, yeah. And I guess like past social, I remember what was the name of the restaurant, Applebee's or something. They had a picture of him from one of our shows.
Still up there.
it is.
Yeah, they had a picture of him, like it was based on and everything. We did a show at the community
City Hall.
And we didn't even know. Somebody had hit us up like, hey, it's a picture of y'all brother inside. And I think our cousin took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook, and it was like, oh wow, I guess we made it, guys.
Is there times that you guys felt like you wanted something to go your way and it didn't, but now that you look back, it's like,
All
we're
the
so
time.
glad
Oh,
that it
yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
That's
When we released Bleach,
Mhm.
before we released Bleach, we was probably done with that music in like 2 weeks, and we was ready to put it out probably like in the next 3 months or something like that. We was planning on shooting a video for every song, and we couldn't find any videographers in our budget, and so we finally got one video out. Before we could even get one video off the ground, DJ was like, I don't see this project coming out until next year, and we all like gave him, I don't know if I can say this word, we gave him crap for it, and we was pissed off, and we was
Crap.
Yeah. I don't want to.
I can't say this
It's unfiltered.
Oh, okay, I didn't
yourself.
know. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't want to be
Unless,
disrespectful.
you don't want your grandma here.
Oh no, we gave him shit for it. But and what's crazy is if that day, if we didn't wait or if we weren't patient in that moment and letting things kind of unfold, then I feel like Bleach was that one project that actually kind of took us to another level.
Yeah, and then on another level of just life itself, I was telling some guys this other day, it was like, you know, we've been in a room with people like, you know, or whatever we say, of status, right? And rather than running up to them and saying like, oh my gosh, you know, it was always like, for us, it's like, yo, we'll see you again, you know? Like we always tell each other, oh, we'll see them again, because we know where we're going, we'll stay the course. And then like the following year, we'll actually meet that person, you know? And it was because I was like, oh, me here. I heard about you guys, mutual, yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, just always, you know, so that is always like, you know, in life, just know law of attraction, what you put out is what you get back, believe in yourself, so that's it, you know?
So I know as far as me being a personality, too, I think you adopt this kind of ego character where it's like, it doesn't matter where you go, you are that person.
Yeah.
So is that something that you guys as well adopt individually?
When I'm on stage, when I'm performing, I feel like you have to be like that. There's no other way to be. Or putting in correlation with sports, like when you put your helmet on or when you pick up the basketball, whatever you do, it's like in that moment you have to, even if you're not, you have to be like, I'm the best. Like nobody can stop me. So I feel like that's when it's time. But I feel like being a human, point blank period, after that is just being a human. Like if people, I'm not even gonna lie, like I get overwhelmed sometimes when people like run up to me and stuff or just have interaction, but I just try to remain calm and like kind of make them feel the human aspect of me, because it's tough. Like that's tough. Like if you're not used to it. So to answer the question, for me personally, is like no, I don't try to carry that everywhere I go.
I think it's the greatest part about being an artist too. You get to live two lives, right? Yeah. So like I said, I'm Jeremy, and I get to be Goku Love. You know, and then I get to be like, from us, even us becoming, we call it the Barnett Brothers, I'm like, the Barnett Brothers. So then you go out and you're doing your thing, following your passion, following your dreams, and now you get called hero of the band. Like, yo, hero. So, you know, living those two lives, but like I said, not getting caught up in it, just knowing, like Nick said, like, you're still human in those aspects at the end of the day.
It's so funny. Sometimes we are out and like, I guess when we're supposed to be our alter egos, whatever. I've had like, sometimes Jeremy might whisper to me, like, go love. Like, because I'm like, this is Jeremy, like, go love. You
have to remember. I mean, I think for us, like, stuff like that, but you gotta think stuff like that tough for us, because we grew up, we literally grew up.
Hey, you Jeremy, man.
I know them all my life, like, literally, since the day I was born, I know them.
Right.
Yeah, he definitely pulled that fast one on us. So.
Keep them in line.
So you guys went from being independent to getting signed to Republic Records.
And Lava Records as well. Shout out to Lava Records.
Yes, Lava and Republic. You have to mention, you have to.
Lava and
Republic. No, that's not your bad. We love our Lava family. And Republic.
How different is that dynamic? I hear a lot of artists talk about how I want to be independent.
Yeah.
You guys decided to sign. So what was that feeling like, number one, and just the dynamic? How has that changed?
We were those artists too at one point, saying that we want to be independent, but at the same time we were always open to everything. So it wasn't like we'll never sign. It just had to be the right situation.
We were like that at one point.
Because I mean, you hear a lot of stories. You see a lot of stories where people seem unhappy or they lash out at their labels or whatever the case is. But
or they were better when they were independent.
Yeah, but I always say, like, you know what you like. If you sign on the dotted line, you know what you're getting yourself into. And then there's a little gray in that. You know what I'm saying? But you still, as a partner, need to know your vision. A lot of artists don't know their vision. If you don't know your vision, you don't need to sign.
And then the elementary study, like, it's very exciting. Obviously,
yeah.
It's life changing in itself. I mean, I always tell people it's like going pro in your sport or in your profession, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You like. I went to veterinarian school and I'm a veterinarian, so it's like that graduation in a sense. So it's exciting, but at the same time, it's just work. That's how I look at it. Yeah. So for us, we work like crazy. Like, that's literally in the offices, and they can comment on this video if they think I'm lying, but it's the truth. Like, everybody says that about us. They're like, they work hard. Like, they send something down, it's immediately done. Like, we really treat it like a job.
So you guys signed to a label.
Yes.
Is Hero the Band going to change?
I would say we wouldn't sign up, but we were going to change. So the beautiful thing about it is we always had offers on the table, but we always turn them down because it wouldn't afford us to be ourselves.
Okay.
Just because you see zeros doesn't make you a hero. You know what I mean? How you gotta put it down?
No.
Nah,
Real artist right there. That bars. Don't do that. He had bars on there.
That's like some stuff you say on Stop, Drop, and Roll videos in elementary. Like,
nah, so, I mean, you know what I mean?
zeros.
So for us, it was like, you know, one, Lava first is our first label, and it's a family-oriented label. You know, father, son, and all that good stuff. And then for us, obviously, blood brothers. So the connection and the energy of knowing, letting one be themselves, definitely with the father and the son that's working together. And they're very open and honest. So for us, it was that same vibe, and we were like, oh, this would be a great situation. And then they're like, oh, y'all just make the music that y'all make, be y'all, and we'll just fund it. We'll handle the business side. So,
okay.
Well, I'll say so far with our independent journey, like all the videos we were putting out, we were like 8.5 years in already. So it was like, you know, no brainer. Like, let them keep being themselves. Like, so it was the right situation.
Okay.
So
it just
just walk right in.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we, like Jeremy said earlier, it's just about manifesting what you want. If you want, like, we have a nurturing team because that's what we asked for. So it's not like, to your question about changing, I don't think we'll ever change, but I do think that change is good in the sense of evolving.
What was the first thing you guys did after you signed the paper? It was fresh ink. What'd you do?
Ripped it up.
Not playing.
I'm trying to remember. Honestly,
my
I think we got on the phone together. Yeah.
After we
But
signed?
Once you guys
He
worked
signed
together,
it.
how was the signing process? Like,
It was a few signing processes, obviously.
Look, I'm over here like, you guys are signing.
Oh, well, okay. So, I guess, no, I'm tripping. I'm lying because in my mind, I guess when the final contract came through and our lawyer gave us the go ahead. In my head,
Shout out to Sandra.
yeah, shout out Sandra.
Love you, Sandra.
Angela,
You gotta
I
be
got
a
you,
lawyer.
Sandra.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when we got signed, me and him got on. Well, like I said, I think we were in my head. I was signed already because the final contract and the final go ahead. So I was like, all right, we signed. So, but the actual signing,
Yeah. It took place at Madison Studio when we put our name on the actual.
I'm sorry, which Magic City?
Madison Studio.
you went to
Yeah.
Magic City.
No, we were in the Madison Studio. Shout out to Madison Studio, Tanner, Wyatt, the whole gang.
Not too far.
But yeah, we actually signed there on the dotted line, the actual paper.
While recording the song.
While recording, our EP.
So we were working when we signed. Yeah.
So it was beautiful. You know what I mean?
That's how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
That's the way. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you tell independent artists that are so against signing?
I would say be open-minded, and my thing to that is just like you never know where your success is gonna come from. Like, just to put in perspective, like nobody wakes up like Muhammad Ali didn't wake up and he wasn't born and said, "I'm gonna be the greatest boxer in the world." Like, probably
The
started.
way his interviews be going, it felt like he woke up like that all the time.
But exactly, see, that's the
I'm
depiction we
beautiful.
see of him, and that's the crazy part because it's true because the depiction we see of him is that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was days where he was like, okay, in the gym rehearsing and boxing or practicing, and it's like, okay, I think I can be a pro, and then somebody told you, oh, you can be a pro, and then you win your first pro fight, then it starts to become reality. So to me, I feel like you can never decide like where your success is gonna come from. You can't say, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna blow up. Like, it don't work like that. So sometimes, yeah, it's almost like, I don't know if you guys ever heard the story, but they said, and I don't even know if it was true, but it was just a story somebody told about, I guess it was a natural disaster. I don't know exactly which one it was, but a guy was standing on the roof of his house, and they sent the helicopter to come rescue him and like 2 other people who was with him, and the 2 people got on the helicopter, and he was like, no, I'm gonna stay here, and God told me he gonna save me or something. And I just feel like a lot of people, they send lifelines to them, and you don't take it. So I feel like they say he didn't get on the helicopter, he ended up perishing eventually. Sorry to say, yeah, he died. But I'm just saying, as far as like people, sometimes we try to create our own narrative of how we want to do, but God or whatever higher power you believe in, God, I believe in God, so, but God sends things and it's just like, okay, here, and it's not what you want sometimes, so you don't take it.
Right.
But so I just say be open-minded and just figure out things as you go sometimes, but know, like you said, just knowing what you want, it'll all come to you anyway. Like the people you want to meet, the things you want to do, it all come to you.
I would say work.
Yes.
It don't
Labels
stop.
are, yeah, I'm about to
You
say,
know?
labels are like college though. Like, it's not for everybody.
Okay.
You gotta know what it is that you want.
What's up, NewLanta audience? We've got Hero the Band.
What's
What's up, y'all?
Next time you have to peep the outfits because they've got their own swag, doing their thing. You guys, tell them some upcoming projects that you have.
Okay.
Where you're
We
performing,
have
where they can see
a
you.
project coming out. We want to tell the name of it, y'all.
No.
No,
No, not
Oh,
yet.
it's a
Won't
secret.
take the name of it, but it's going to be an album, and we have an EP attached to that album.
And that's it.
And
Podcast and
That's it.
There's a
maybe some animation.
That's it.
exclusive.
We can tell you, we are doing April 4th. We'll be at the Buckhead Theater, open up for Shed.
Yep.
So that's pretty dope. We're doing Shaky Knees this year. We're doing the Rockville Festival. We also doing Bonnaroo for some of you Bonnaroo
We'll be in LA.
goers out there. So yeah, a lot of festivals, but you can go to the website HeroTheBand.com.
All right, you guys work with some pretty big artists, Big Kurt, Trinidad James. Who was one of your favorite, and how inspiring was that for you?
All of them. Honestly.
Yeah.
Everybody have a different experience and a different approach, even when we're working with some like other producers. Shout out to Nicholas Furlong and Pete Nappy. They worked on our last EP with us, and our home producer Donovan Jarvis, you know, who we first started with. But it's always a beautiful collab with artists, and because everybody has their own personality.
Right. Do you guys pick like from their, how they might prep their music? You guys kind of like pick up little
Well,
things. that they
sometimes
have?
like we're producers in our own right because we play music.
Okay,
So
that's true.
sometimes we are the premise of a song itself, and then the producer takes what they can do and builds around what we bring to the table from a guitar riff or a piano chord. Or
And
something.
the same with the artists, like
Yeah.
they have things they like or whatever, and just having conversations and growing as people or friendship sometime, and then you realize like, yeah, we got this in common or whatever. Like, you'll be surprised. Like you said, just that's the cool part about it and working with different artists, because everybody's different or have things that they into, and it's like, all right, let's make a song about that, or just vibing or whatever. So I can't really, like he said, it's no favorite, but it's like working with everybody was different and everybody was cool. So.
Was there one person that kind of stood out to you though, where you were just like, I really like love his style, the way he does his music, his lyrics, like anything like that?
Honestly, the experience, man, like honestly,
so
all of
kill.
them. But
It's
I would
so
say, but I would take you into the rabbit hole as far as like with Trinidad James and Childish Gambino when we created God City. You know, we were like I said, 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours before we even created a song. It wasn't even. It was that night wasn't even meant to create a song.
Okay,
It was just about talking. He played us some music that was going to be released around the time it was like 2018. We had some stuff that was for 2019.
Yeah.
We played some stuff. Childish played some stuff. Talked some more. And then Justin, I think, started playing a crazy riff. It was like damn, and everybody's like, yo. That's it. And then I picked up the bass, and we all stand up on chairs, Nick got on keys. DJ started, had a little piccolo, little flute thing, blowing in it. Childish started cranking up some drums, and everybody Trinidad was
making music.
directing.
It was like
it was a scene out of a movie.
Did you guys record that? I feel like you had to.
No, it's a lot.
I
know it's a shame on us though, because I mean it's a lot of legendary stories that we can't even really fully describe, and it's not even recorded.
That sounds like a moment that's in a movie.
No, it was.
Watch a movie and it's just like this is.
It was like
that show. What's what's her name? On Fox. What's that show called?
We don't know.
I don't want to see
The Empire.
Empire.
Because music ain't never made like that, where somebody just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the music already there, like after one button, it ain't like that. But that's
Shout
how
out to Empire, man.
That's how I
get
feel.
on there, man.
That's how I feel.
Don't knock Empire, man.
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, I thought it was cool because Nick's son.
No shame.
Nick's son was in that section, and the name of the song we bounced it that night was called Wawa, because his son, he wanted water. He was like 1.5, so he didn't know how to say water. He just said Wawa. So, and if you listen to the verse, he was saying, we got Wawa in the streets. He the youngest out the kennel. He was talking about Nick's son.
He not Wawa no more. He talking full sentences, and he won't shut up. I love that guy.
Oh man. So go ahead and tell me what your legacy is as far as music, what you guys want people to feel if, God forbid,
perish. Well, I'm not like on no weird stuff though, but like, of course, I never wanted to live forever, so I know that time will come. Hopefully, it's later.
Yes, it's gonna be when you like 200.
I don't want to be here 200 years, but anyway.
Time is age and time is different than what you.
No, it is.
Like,
it is. You're right. You're definitely right.
And
my dog years. Okay, I'll be 200 in dog years, but what I was about to say. My message. Well, my legacy is simply like, I really want people to understand that from my perspective, like what I really value in the music and like how serious we took it, or just the mark we left on the world through our music, and just showing you how powerful the things you do, period, in life is. So if it's something simple as like being I won't say simple because it's not simple, but doing makeup or something, like your impact. That's what I'm saying. So, but your impact you leave when people like, yo, the way she did makeup made me change the way I want to look. So I just want to leave that impact, like the way this dude wrote songs or the way he said this made me like, dang, I really want to chase my dreams now. I want to do this. So
I would say.
Go ahead, you win.
Fight to the death for it.
You got the hour.
Right here.
But my legacy, or the legacy that I would like to leave, is to like let people know like you can lead your own vibration, your own energy. So much so without worrying about what other people are looking at, how you move. Like do whatever you love, and teach yourself enough about what you like to do, so that you can teach other people. Not to do what you do, but to teach them how to go in their own way. Like
pass it forward.
Like pass that knowledge of, okay, if you like something, go learn about it. And then you never know what leadership skills or qualities might come. Because that's basically being a leader. Doing something that you want to do no matter what you don't know about it already. You're willing to go hard enough to, step into a new zone. And because I like to do a whole lot of stuff, and learn about a lot of stuff. So. And I always find myself like learning enough to be like, oh, I can actually teach somebody about this. So I want to be able to get or take what I learned and put it in perspective for people that want to do what they want to do, and not just exactly what I do. You know, just teach leadership skills, period. You know, because everybody's a leader. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like we need more leaders in generations to come. So. Well, everybody's a leader in some way.
Right, in their own right.
Some way.
Legacy that I leave. Legacy. Live, love, learn, and laugh. That's when I was listening. That's when I was digging. All right, cool. You're great. So that's legacy for me. You know what I mean? Live your life to the fullest. Laugh with the ones you love.
You can't laugh with the ones you don't love.
And laugh with the ones you don't love.
Laugh at the ones you don't love.
And
Negativity. All that
negativity. And then family for me, like I said, being a father and in all of us, you know what I mean? Like not making excuses, you know, for what it is that you want. Stop complaining for the things that you know that you can do. You know, like don't complain if you're not doing anything about it. Yep. You know, my message is only for the complainers. You know, like if you complaining but you want more, you see more for yourself, get up and make it happen for yourself. You know, and stop looking at, oh, well, you know, like other people's life or this Instagram world, this fabricated lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like it's not real. Like look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I can, I will, and I shall. And make it happen for yourself. You know, so that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I can keep going on, but live, laugh, love, and my legacy. That's it.
I can't but to his point is like
you already went.
Your time is up.
Some people like to criticize themselves for trying. I had a friend the other day talking about, man, I would have ran this day, and I told myself, he's like, I got so tired after I was done. I was like, dude, you tried, like. Try again.
I think it's a defense mechanism.
Don't criticize.
Some people just do that because it's like I'm trying to protect myself.
It's your mind. It's your ego. Your lower ego likes to try to make it so like it's protecting you, but it's really just being defensive.
Right. It's actually hurting you.
Yeah.
All right. You gotta say the best for last.
Jacket, man.
I feel like you should just stroll and do your whole thing.
You should.
I should, but I'm not.
He's just standing up and
Okay, you'll be humble.
I'll be humble right now.
You can't be humble in the first.
So, as I'm sitting and I'm listening to everybody talk about the different variations of legacy, because there's so many different, like Jeremy said and everybody said, we could go on and on. We could talk to blue in the face about what our legacy is going to be, like when we leave this earth. But I think that what you truly, I think for me, when it comes to legacy, I think it's so much. Just being able to be dual and never be just fixated on one thing, but at the same time knowing what it is that you want, but being able to adapt and learning, and like you just said, teaching at the same time. But you have to be a master at both, and that's what I mean by being dual. Because if you go in the mindset of knowing nothing but wanting to learn everything, then you'll be able to. You'll know a lot and you'll gain a lot, and then even to our legacy for our children. You know what I'm saying? Like our kids will be able to teach us things that we didn't even experience. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a better life, or they've seen things, or they've seen the world in a different color than we have. So I think the biggest thing for me is just understanding your own uniqueness through learning about yourself and always wanting to learn more about people and the way we think, the way we move, and everything else kind of comes with it.
You guys have some good legacy.
Yeah.
Well, that's Hero the Band. You guys drop your social media handles so they can follow you.
Hero the Band.
That was it.
At Hero
the Band. At Hero the
You guys have a
Band.
website?
Yes, HeroTheBand.com. So www.HeroTheBand.com. You can find all our latest things going on. I've been at Amberwood right now, but anyway, you can find us at www.HeroTheBand.com. Everything, all the videos and photos, anything that you want to get. So you check us out there. Thank you.
Why you sound like Barney?
I was telling my Everest Institute guy too.
Okay.
Hilarious, guys. Make sure you guys check out NewLanta _.
Yes,
That's where you can
NewLanta.
find this interview. We'll definitely have a promo for them with their upcoming events so that people can go and see all the live music you guys perform because it's dope. I mean, they are their own musical instrument.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Look, okay.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank
man.
y'all.
Thank
Love
y'all so
y'all.
much.
Shout out
Love you guys.
NewLanta.
NewLanta.
There you go.